A bad oxygen sensor might seem like a small problem, but it can drain your gas tank by up to 40% and even destroy your catalytic converter, a repair that easily costs more than $1,500. The oxygen sensor, or O2 sensor, sits in your exhaust and constantly tells your car's computer if the air-fuel mix is right. Most cars have at least two, and the one before the catalytic converter is the real workhorse. These sensors usually last about 100,000 miles, but once they wear out, you'll start noticing clear warning signs. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 symptoms of a bad oxygen sensor, starting with the smaller issues and building up to the most expensive damage you definitely don't want. Stick around until the end, because somewhere in this video, I'm going to share a free 1-page cheat sheet that will save your time and money. Number 7. Failed emissions test. If you've ever gone in for inspection and been told your car didn't pass, a faulty oxygen sensor could be the hidden reason. Here's why. When the sensor gives the computer bad data, your engine may run too rich, meaning it dumps more fuel than it needs. The catalytic converter was designed to clean up normal levels of exhaust gases, but it simply can't handle that much extra fuel. The result? Higher hydrocarbon, HC, and carbon monoxide, CO levels at the tailpipe, and a big red fail on your emissions report. This one symptom usually shows up before bigger problems hit. So if you fail an emissions test, don't just blame the cat. It might be your oxygen sensor starting to give up. Number 6. Rough idle or shaking at stops. When the oxygen sensor starts feeding the engine computer bad information, the air-fuel ratio gets thrown off. Instead of a smooth burn, combustion becomes uneven. You'll notice the steering wheel, seat, or even the whole car vibrating when you're sitting at a red light or parked with the engine running. This happens because the engine isn't burning fuel efficiently. It's either running too rich or too lean. While the car might still drive, this constant shake is your first warning sign that the O2 sensor isn't doing its job. Ignore it for too long, and bigger problems are right around the corner. Number 5. Sluggish acceleration or poor performance. If your car feels weak when you step on the gas, it could be your oxygen sensor lying to the computer. When the sensor falsely reports a rich condition, the ECU cuts back fuel, even when your engine actually needs it. On the flip side, if it falsely reports a lean condition, the ECU dumps in more fuel than necessary. Either way, your car loses that smooth, responsive pull you're used to. You might notice hesitation when merging onto the highway or a delay when trying to overtake another vehicle. It's not just frustrating, it can be unsafe if you need power in traffic. This is one of the clearest drivability clues that your O2 sensor is on its way out. Number 4. Poor gas mileage. A bad oxygen sensor can trick the computer into thinking your engine is running lean, so it adds extra fuel to compensate. That extra fuel doesn't make your car faster, it just makes your trips to the pump more frequent. In fact, according to government studies, replacing a faulty O2 sensor can improve fuel economy by up to 40%. That's the difference between stopping once a week or every few days. If you've noticed you're filling up way more often without changing your driving habits, your oxygen sensor might be the silent money drain. By the way, that cheat sheet I mentioned is linked below. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly what's in it right after we finish the last symptom. Number 3. Check engine light plus codes. When an oxygen sensor starts to fail, it often triggers OBD2 codes that light up your dash. Some of the most common ones include P0130 for a bad circuit, P0131 or P0132 for low or high voltage, and P0133 when the sensor is responding too slowly. You might also see heater circuit codes like P0135 or P0141, depending on which sensor is acting up. Now, here's the catch. Sometimes the sensor can be failing without turning the light on yet. That's why you should always pay attention to how your car feels. Don't rely only on the dashboard. But if that check engine light is glowing and you pull any of these codes, chances are high that your O2 sensor is to blame. Number 2. Engine misfires. When the oxygen sensor sends false data, the computer adjusts fuel the wrong way, either too much or too little. That incorrect air-fuel mix causes incomplete combustion, and that's when you get misfires. You'll feel it as jerking, stumbling, or a sudden loss of power, especially when accelerating or climbing a hill. Misfires aren't just annoying. Over time, they dump unburned fuel into the exhaust. That extra fuel can overheat your catalytic converter, melt the core, and turn a few $100 sensor problem into a $1,500 repair bill. If your car is misfiring, don't wait. It's one of the strongest warnings that your oxygen sensor might be failing. Number 1. Catalytic converter damage. Your catalytic converter is designed to clean up normal exhaust gases, but when a bad oxygen sensor keeps sending the wrong signals, the engine often runs rich. That means extra unburned fuel goes straight into the exhaust. Over time, that fuel overheats the catalytic converter, melts the ceramic core, and clogs it. Once that happens, you're looking at a repair bill that can easily top $1,500 to $2,000, all from ignoring a sensor that costs a fraction of that. This is why catching the earlier symptoms matters. Fixing the O2 sensor in time doesn't just save fuel, it saves your catalytic converter and your wallet. All right, as promised, I've put together a free O2 sensor cheat sheet. It's a simple one-page PDF with the 7 symptoms, the most common OBD2 codes, and the average repair costs. You can grab it right now. Just check the link in the video description and use it anytime you suspect O2 sensor trouble. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more car tips that save you money.